Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some more Raid Shadow Legends. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my own luck because I've been hearing a lot of people saying I am quite lucky, I agree. I've been getting some great pulls. I opened 23 Void Shards. I got 2 legendaries, including Venus, amazing character. Last Sacred Shard opening set was 18 Sacred Shards, and I got 3 legendaries, including Necmothar or something. Really good pulls, and some great epics from that. The fat guy, and I'm not trying to rub it in, but that luck has also compounded into even more luck. And I wasn't even paying attention to this. I think most experienced players probably knew what was at stake here, but we had this champion chase tournament recently. Usually I don't pay attention to these. I just, do the polls when there's 2 times events. And on tournaments, I'm usually just looking at this left side. And for these events, it's very high tournament points. They need to get to max everything out. And I got further up this totem pole that I normally do. And I was happy about the 4-star chicken and the soul stone, this guy, the legendary book. I was like, oh, that's great. And then I logged in after it was completed. And I never pay attention to this because I'm usually not getting high up here. But they had this right here. This guy, and this is Shredder. This is the boss we face in the event dungeon, and he's the bad guy from TMNT. And it says ×1, and I was like, ×1? What is he a shard summon? Because I wasn't paying close attention to that. I just got Shredder. I wasn't even paying attention to the tournament, which is just insane. Hey everybody, taking a quick break from the video to invite you to download Raid Shadow Legends today using my link in the description or scanning the QR code at the top. As a new player using my link or the QR code, you will receive a free legendary Karato upon download, Mausoleum Mage at level 10, Vergus at level 20, and Tagore at level 33 free epics, 1 legendary character for new players. Don't miss out. Download Raid Shadow Legends today. So yeah, I am very excited to start using this guy, especially since he seems to be primarily a damage dealer. On Hell Hades, he gets a rating of 4, which, it's not 4. 4.5 is kind of the best I have, and I have several of those. But I think he's getting a little bit lower just because he's mainly just a pure damage dealer, but he does damage based on health. But his kit really looks appealing to me for the use cases I have him with, which is probably going to be Faction Wars and Cursed City, because I need good damage dealers for all factions. And what's his faction? Shadow Cannon. I didn't have a great set. I mean, I actually do have this other Haijing Wan, but he's kind of lower rated. He's not hitting super hard for me right now, but this is a faction that is not super deep for me. This is all I have, not in my reserve vault. So he's going to bring some much needed damage, I think. His kit's pretty cool. Decrease all incoming damage by 30%. Split among all allies, so he's a little selfish, which he's a villain, so that makes sense. Everyone else is taking the heat for him. Increases champion's damage dealt by 15% for each dead ally, so he's happy when people die. That might help me out in Faction Wars too, because that's going to happen quite often when I'm trying to stretch. Whenever this champion loses 20% of their max HP in one attack, has a 100% chance to evade the next attack, which is nice. When this guaranteed evade effect happens, place a perfect veil on him for 2 turns. Place 50% chance of placing True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. So that's a really nice passive that just doesn't need to get upgraded. It's just there once I ascend him, and I will try to do that today. His A3 attacks all enemies before attacking, steals all buffs from a single target enemy. They can't be resisted if they're under Veil or Perfect Veil. Fills their turn meter by 15% for each buff stolen. Will ignore 15% of each enemy's defense, as well as shield and block damage buffs. If they're under Perfect Veil, it'll be 30% ignore defense instead, damage based on HP. Attacks all enemy 2 times, so we get 2 AoEs. Each crit destroys enemy's defense by 5% up to 30%. So against bosses, that's great. Each critical hit also increases this champion's max HP by 5% up to 30, and he's all about HP, so that's great. And this is kind of like the only debuff I'm really seeing on him. Has a 75% chance of placing Leech for 2 turns, which is nice. I'll help him heal, but he's not a debuffer, so he's one of those characters I'm not going to have to really worry about accuracy. Why am I blurry here? I'm not really going to have to worry about accuracy on. I can just focus on health, crit rate, crit damage. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Yeah, and I don't have to worry about attack. That's great. It's just HP. Don't worry about attack. Don't worry about accuracy. Really zoned in here. Second and third hits of this skill will ignore 5 and 10% of their defense. Second and third hit of this skill will deal 10 and 20% more crit damage respectively. So that's fantastic. So I want to try building him up here, and I'll use him in a couple places. His faction war isn't open right now, so I won't do that. But I'm gonna go pretty standard on the attacks, all the offense masteries. Crit rate, crit damage. I did pick up like most of his mastery scrolls, not enough to do like his final ones, but he's not 6-star yet anyway. Gonna go, yeah, that one, this one. We want to go all the way down because we're gonna want to pick up War Master, and I want to pick up this one, cooldown reduction. And there we go. So can't do any more on the offense. And all the recommendations on the Hell Hades, and I can't really disagree, is about the defense tree. Because this is all about debuffs and then like shields. I would love to get that max HP, but we're not going to do that. So we'll just pick up defense. Yep, we're going to lock ourselves in here. Decrease damage from AoE attacks. Move random debuffs. Okay, I like this one better. And then the options here. No, that's not going to do anything at all. Okay, that's good. And ally is attacked with crit. Only increase the terminal one. That actually, the recommendations is for this one, which is decent, but maybe it's just trying to get to this one. It's like all about counterattacks. Do I care about turn meter when an ally is attacked with a critical hit instead? I'll go with the recommendation that I don't have enough for another one. That's good there. I did all his mastery, so that's the entirety of where he's getting his leveling from. How much is it going to cost in silver? I'm low on silver. How much is it going to cost in silver to get up like this? 210,000. Yeah. I'm going to send him. Can't do too much without mixing. So 6 would get him 3 stars. Dang. I didn't realize I was that low. I'm gonna have to really find some silver somewhere to work on him now. Okay. Not upgrading rank yet and not booking him. Please be available again. Yes. Okay, so I'll buy all these and then I'll spend some on silver because I'm always low on silver. Which, honestly, I don't know if I really want to rush to these other legendaries anyway. 1 million. If this is like a bad use of this currency, then someone's probably screaming, "What are you doing?" But to me, that seems like a great deal. They wouldn't happen to have an available thing for him right now. Nope. No, that's fine. Now for his master, or not his mastery, his ear, which is probably the most important thing. That's a pretty high base HP as far as I know for just 5 stars, level 50. But I'm going to be trying to focus. I'm not going to show you all my laborious searching for good gear or mods or whatever, but I'll show you the results. Oh, Ryan, that took a little time, but It's always hard for me with the stats just 'cause I have such a low amount of silver and like I've been farming for a while these artifacts, but I always feel like I'm not finding exactly the right combo or I don't have overpowered combos. So I wasn't sure whether I should do HP on the gauntlets and the boots, but I ended up going with speed on the boots still and crit rate. The crit rate's over 100. I don't know if I need to if I could trade out 9% crit rate for some more speed and more HP, I would. But then this one, I don't know. I really wanted to fill out a retaliation set because he does have some counterattack stuff in the masteries I picked. But then I have 2 full immortal sets. I don't have enough good immortal stuff to do every single thing like that. Well, I guess I don't know, the helmets and the gauntlets. Let's do filter show equipped to just gauntlets and the helmet. So if I were to do everything immortal, yeah, I mean there's some potential there. But the crit, do I have crit rate gauntlets? I don't know. Damage, HP, attack. Yeah, so I'd have to go the HP route there, and I'd miss out. I'm fine with shaving 9% crit rate, not 50. I mean that too. That could have potential if I just get a bunch of crit rate and that crit damage. I don't know. I feel poor in a lot of this stuff. So he's up to 40k HP. I feel fine about that for 5-star, but I know the sky's the limit there. I just don't have. I don't have the means. I don't have the artifacts. Speed 166, not very fast, but I did get the crit rate up and a little bit of crit damage, which is also just kind of a pitiful amount. I don't feel great about him. Yeah, what about relics? What do we have? This is defense. I don't think that's not going to really give me anything, so I'll just leave off that. Thankfully, there is a gear enhancement event, so all that investment was not for nothing with all that silver spent. I just never have enough silver. I don't know exactly where to test him out. I think I do need to do some campaign bosses for completing my dailies. So I'll try this here and see if he can solo the campaign boss on 12/7. So not amazing damage. 10,000. Yeah, that's not super impressive to me. But I don't have tons of crit damage. Oh, he did it. Look a little closer. Yeah, some of these 9,000, 10,000. Well, he's got multiple AoEs. I do really like that. I need to improve upon him, but should definitely help out my Shadowkins in Faction War. He moves quick. Oh, he's not too bad. Getting that done in 21 seconds. Best I've done is 12 seconds with Kyle, so it's not terrible. Unfortunately, for the purposes I'm trying to have him built for, I can't really test out too much else. Shadowkin Crypt opens up in 3 days. He's not going to do anything in Arena for me, meaningful, or the dungeons, because I already have my teams fully set. I guess I could try to find something in Cursed City, where he is qualifying. Not there. This is normal difficulty. Did I already click on this one? And I already cleared through a lot of these. Come on, Shredder. Where's the Shadowkin one? Where he can actually qualify, because sometimes it's like, only a certain alignment, affinity. I'll keep looking. Hey everybody, taking a quick break from the video to invite you to download Raid Shadow Legends today using my link in the description or scanning the QR code at the top. As a new player using my link or the QR code, you will receive a free legendary Karato upon download, Mausoleum Mage at level 10, Vergus at level 20, and Tagore at level 33 free epics, 1 legendary character for new players. Don't miss out, download Raid Shadow Legends today. So this spider boss does allow Shadowkin. Not entirely sure if I'm going to get anywhere at all. And I did have this guy as a lead, but he does really want all that HP. So I can test that like this. At least we're all level 50s. I have not been getting anywhere on this spider here, but if, I mean, if you can help, then that would be amazing. He's a slow fellow right now. Yeah, I'm just not gonna get anywhere whatsoever. Even my main big team has some trouble with this spider. Do we ever get to do anything? He's under perfect veil. Do an AoE. Okay, I'm gonna take it off auto because he's okay. Hey, that was a pretty good hit. He's dead. Alright, well, not too much I can actually get done with him right now, but I am excited to have pulled him. So yeah, that's kind of the point, is that luck begets luck sometimes, and maybe it's, you know what they say, it's better to be lucky than good. And this guy's pretty cool, so I'm happy to have gotten him. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.